During the reign of King Pratipa, father of King Shantanu, Hastinapura was flourishing. At that time, the kingdom of Chedi was ruled by the noble king Uprichra Vasuvu. When Adrika, the celestial nymph, was in the form of a fish, Satyavati was born through Uprichra Vasuvu. The royal sage Uprichra Vasuvu gave that girl to the fisherman chief, Dasraja. From birth, her body carried the smell of fish, and that is why she was named Mathsyaghandhi. Dasraja raised Satyavati and brought her up. Satyavati used to help her foster father by rowing a boat on the Yamuna river. One day, the great Sage Paraasara, while on his pilgrimages, boarded the boat of the fisher-maiden Mathsyaghandhi Satyavati to cross the Yamuna river. With his divine vision, Sage Paraasara realized that through her would be born an extraordinary son, and that this was a divine decree ordained for the welfare of the world. Sage Paraasara explained that divine resolve to Satyavati, and at her request, he removed the foul odor from her body, transforming it into a fragrance that spread for miles, thus making her known as Yojnagandha. At that time, Satyavati feared that her virginity would be lost, but the sage granted her a boon that even after bearing a child, she would remain a maiden. When Satyavati grew anxious that the world would see them in broad daylight, the sage, through his ascetic power, created a mist all around, turning the surroundings dark and forming a sacred solitude. On an island in the Yamuna river, a son was born to Sage Paraasara and Satyavati. Because of his dark complexion, he was called Krishna, and since he was born on an island, he was named Dvaipayana. Thus he came to be known as Krishna Dvaipayana. Unlike ordinary humans, he grew to adulthood immediately upon birth and mastered all the Vedic scriptures as effortlessly as holding them in the palm of his hand. Krishna Dvaipayana bowed to his mother and said, "Mother, whenever you are in need, remember me, and I shall appear immediately." Saying this, he departed to undertake his penance. Later on, he divided the infinite mass of the Vedas into 4 parts, Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, and Atharvaveda, so that the intellect of ordinary human beings could understand them. Thus, by expanding, dividing, compiling, and arranging the Vedas, he became renowned as Veda Vyasa. In this way, Satyavati became the mother of an extraordinary son, and as Yojnagandha she began a new chapter in her life. Later on, after some time had passed, King Shantanu of Haasthinapura, while roaming on the banks of the Yamuna river for hunting, followed the wondrous fragrance that spread through the air from the body of Satyavati, known as Yojnagandha, and reached her. Enchanted by her beauty and charm, he decided to marry her. However, to fulfill the strict conditions set by her father, Dasraja, Shantanu's son, Prince Devavrata renounced the throne and declared lifelong celibacy. In this way, he took to terrible vows. Through that extraordinary sacrifice, Devavrata was renowned as Bhishma. By virtue of Bhishma's vow, Satyavati entered Haasthinapura as the queen. Her journey, which began as a fisher-maiden, became the cornerstone of the Kuru dynasty. In the great epic Mahabharata, Satyavati remained in history not only as the extraordinary woman who gave the world a sage like Krishna Dvaipayana known as Veda Vyasa, but also as the extraordinary woman who turned the course of the Kuru dynasty.